Howdy, everyone. It's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon where I'll be talking about the movies, TV shows, I don't know, what have you. If it's related to Disney in any shape or form, then yes, of course, obviously, I'm going to be talking about it, obviously. So it's something I want to talk about, of course. Might as well talk about something about Star Wars because Disney has bought the rights, and this specifically is an older article. The one of the actors who was involved in Star Wars movies and whatnot reveals why he doesn't want to return to San Diego Comic Con because it was too scary and whatnot. But anyway, and this was a while ago. This article was published in 2022, by the way. So Adam Driver attended Comic Con in 2015 to promote Star Wars: The Force Awakens. And in an interview, the actor has revealed he's not rushed to return to San Diego. I'm not sure if he actually did it since the publication of this article. I'm just going off what this article says. That's all. And of course, I'll just give my own 2 cents, obviously. So, yeah, the article goes on to say that for the first time since 2009, Comic Con is taking place in San Diego. So, okay, doing a certain weekend. Why the event isn't quite on the same scale as it used to be. Marvel Studios, Warner Brothers, and all that are bringing in some big movies, of course, at least at the time, anyway. So okay, but the individual felt like I guess must not felt like didn't really want to do it. Of course, I reckon. But to be perfectly clear, I'm not going to use this video to bash upon or just shit all over Disney and all that, like many others have done for several years and whatnot. I'm not here to attack the sequel trilogy because, personally speaking, I have nothing against these movies, even though a lot of people have for whatever contrived reason. I know that that in itself doesn't have nothing to do with the article per se, really, because I'm just saying that due to the fact that I know a lot of people may want to come to this video expecting me to just trash talk these movies because Disney ruined my childhood, yada yada yada. No, 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 I'm not here to do that. Even though I didn't exactly grow up with these movies at all, so I'm not nostalgic like a lot of people are. And also, I was already quite old when the original films were released. You do have to keep in mind I am over 100 years old. Just anyway, that aside, I just want to make that clarification. So this was brought up because of the fact that if he had enjoyed going to Comic Con, he bluntly said no, but he'd go on to add that he didn't know the rules of Comic Con, and he got in a hotel at 2 in the morning and thought maybe tomorrow he'd go for coffee, and they'd be like, oh no, you can't get a coffee yet, and all that jazz. And well, maybe you can't get a coffee in a hotel. And they're like, no, no, you can't. I guess, in other words, he couldn't get exactly what he wanted. Of course, he couldn't exactly get what he wanted, per se, I reckon. So he got really annoyed with this, I suppose. And I guess the experience wasn't quite as what he wanted to go. If he wanted to go outside, they'd just tell him that to put a mask on and no one knows who you are and whatnot. Okay. So he had opened the window. I guess I'm guessing of the apartment room he was in. I'm guessing here because he'd been taking the room of for 24 hours. This thing that they're supposed to be to do and whatnot. He continued, and then there was a band at the bottom of the building playing the Star Wars theme song on repeat, which I'm pretty sure it could get pretty annoying, even though you don't mind Star Wars, really. Anyway, because the cast were all staying in the same hotel room, so it's kind of scary for this individual. He saw what it was. It's nice enough, but he's not going to be obnoxious to go again. He's not really anxious, really, and whatnot. So, okay. That's fine, I guess. If he doesn't want to go, if he doesn't want to go, it's fine. It just seemed like maybe the actor didn't really exactly have a great experience. Just one thing or another, I reckon. I mean, it's up to him, really, if he really wants to go, of course. If in case you were anyone I'm referring to, I'm referring to the actor who played Kylo Ren and whatnot. And, okay, I just want to talk about experience and whatnot. It looks like he didn't really have a fantastic time because of certain things that had occurred in a specific time period, I suppose. Again, I'm not sure if he actually went back to this just to try again. I don't know really, but nonetheless, I'm just talking about this, of course, just to talk about what he had went through and whatnot. Sure, and that's the thing, folks. I mean, I guess to each their own. Personally speaking, I wouldn't mind going to Comic Con, really, but that's just me though. I mean, I can't say for him really what he felt. He is in his own individual, of course. He's just trying to speak his mind, and that's it, really, and that's fine. That's what he's going. That's all he's trying to do, really, at the end of the day. But in other words, it just seemed like he couldn't experience what he wanted as a whole. I can't blame him for wanting to give Comic Con a pass after this like really annoying experience, I guess. Oh well, I guess. So I guess just the fact that you do have to have some amount of secrecy because you became well known. You are forever part of these one of the most popular franchises of all time. It's really a popular series, and you can be attached for it forever. And it brought him a lot of fame, of course, or infamy, depending on your tongue, too, I guess. Again, I don't hate the series, really, even though I reviewed a lot of bad movies from the Star Wars fan base, Star Wars series, I guess, even though the fan base like to pick this apart. The sequel trilogy isn't nowhere near as bad as a lot of these fan base made it out to be. But again, I'm not really trying to focus on that too much, really, because that's not what this video is going to be about, really. I'm just want to point that out there because I'm pretty sure a lot of people who just absolutely hated these movies expect me to tear it apart. No, I'm not going to do that here. Why I may have some complaints, really, but they're not severe enough that they ruin the experience for me. I mean, he seems like an okay guy. I mean, he seems like a decent individual. It's just that the experience itself wasn't that fantastic for him. I guess he must have had a bad experience at the end of the day. So couldn't get what he wanted. He couldn't fully embrace this entire thing because of one thing or another. I guess you can say it happens. I guess unfortunately it happens. I guess he's just trying to deal with it in his own way, which is fine. Of course, he's trying to just put up with it. I suppose. I mean, he's in a club guy now, so it's just something he has to do, obviously. So there you go. At the end of the day, there's not really much else he could have done. Of course, he has to be secret about certain things. Of course, when he goes out in public, there's going to be the paparazzi. There's going to be a pain in the ass, of course, which of course happens, unfortunately. And that's the thing, though. So all in all, I can't blame him for being annoyed about certain things. Ultimately, so there's that. But yeah, of course, when it comes to the promoting the movies can be really tricky as well because you're supposed to keep your mouth shut before anyone else sees the movie. You're not supposed to talk about the movie before anyone else actually sees the movie, of course. And that's the thing, though. Of course, you have to be absolutely sure if you want to promote the movie, you have to be really careful with it, of course. And now those three movies are in total, at least for this specific storyline. And that's that, I suppose. But anyway, I can't say that. He just wants to talk about this kind of a thing and just have to think about the fact that there's lots of performers, there's lots of people that will have to wear a mask and have fun on the show, whatever you can call it, on this Comic Con thing. And of course, yes, this was to promote Star Wars: The Force Awakens and whatnot, obviously. And the fact that there's the Marvel movies to talk about and whatever else the Warner Brothers will be doing, of course. So I mean, I wish him the best of luck, of course. I do wish that he could do what he wants, of course. But yeah, nothing wrong with how he felt. Nothing wrong what he wants to do, of course. All I can really say is the best of luck to him. Whatever he wants to do for his life, what he wants to do for his career, I wish him luck, of course. Not that the series is over, at least for his character. If you've seen the movies, you know what happened. Now that the series is over for him, so he has to find out what to do now. What other things can he do? Obviously, what else can he do for his career? I guess whatever the case is, I hope he finds whatever project he could do. Of course, and I mean, I haven't really been keeping up on what he's been doing. Not really. folks. Maybe just a brief glances and whatnot, but I haven't really been keeping up after all. After the series has been pretty much wrapped for his character, I haven't really been kept up with his career, by the way. That's not a stab towards him or anything. I just honestly haven't been keeping up with a lot of this stuff. That's all I'm saying. So ultimately, I just kind of say is that I just wish him luck. That's all I can say is really. So ultimately, just do what you gotta do. I guess you gotta make a living somehow. You gotta get money. You gotta do what you gotta do. Is all I'm gonna say is. So would there be any other projects we would do in later years, in incoming years, be as big as Star Wars? I don't know. We'll see. Only time can tell. I guess I can't really say much really. Again, this article is quite old, like I was mentioned earlier, so that's about it. I'm just gonna leave it at that. So I do appreciate anyone for watching this. I just figured I had to talk about something with Star Wars, really, like I would often do when it comes to these Disney movie marathons. I just have to talk about something related to Star Wars. It would feel weird if I didn't, for the obvious reasons. So I just thought this was a good idea to do it because I've been meaning to cover this for a good while anyway. Anyway, thanks for watching and take care. That'll be it for now, folks. See ya. Oh yeah.